Hi, I'm Peter. Today, I'll take you with me on my trip to Beijing, China's capital. Beijing is full of amazing history and culture. I visited famous places like the Great Wall, the Forbidden City, and many more. Let's start the adventure. When I arrived in Beijing, I was excited. The city looked huge and modern, but I knew it also had a lot of history to explore. I look out the taxi window as the city comes into view. Beijing is busy and full of life. I couldn't wait to visit all the famous places. But first, I needed to check into my hotel and rest a bit. My hotel is close to the city center, which is perfect. Now, let's get ready for the adventure. The Forbidden City was my first stop. It's a huge palace where Chinese emperors used to live. Walking through the gates, I felt like I was stepping back in time. I walked through the courtyards and admires the buildings. This place is amazing. The buildings are big and beautiful, with red walls and golden roofs. It's hard to imagine how many people lived and worked here long ago. I explore more of the palace and stop in the Imperial Garden. The Forbidden City has so many places to explore. The gardens are peaceful, and the whole palace is full of history. It's a must-see when you visit Beijing. Next, I went to the Great Wall of China. The Great Wall is one of the most famous landmarks in the world, and it's even more impressive in person. It feels incredible to stand here. The wall is so long, and it stretches through the mountains. I can't believe people built this by hand. I continue walking along the wall, taking in the views. The Great Wall was built to protect China a long time ago, but now it's a symbol of strength and history. Walking on the wall was one of the best moments of my trip. After the Great Wall, I wanted to see the old neighborhoods of Beijing. These narrow streets are called hutongs. Many people still live here in traditional courtyard houses. I buy a baozi, a steamed bun, from a street vendor. This is a baozi, a steamed bun filled with pork. It's a common snack here, and it's delicious. The food in Beijing is so good. I continue walking through the hutongs and visit a small tea shop. The hutongs are a quieter part of Beijing, but they're full of history and culture. I enjoyed walking around, seeing how people live here. My next stop was the Summer Palace, a beautiful place where emperors used to relax. It has large gardens and a big lake where you can take boat rides. The view from the lake is amazing. The Summer Palace is peaceful, and it's a great place to escape the busy city for a while. I walk along the long corridor, a famous covered walkway. The Summer Palace is full of beautiful buildings and gardens. It's one of the most relaxing places I visited in Beijing. After exploring the old parts of Beijing, I wanted to see the modern side of the city. Wangfujing Street is one of the most famous shopping streets in Beijing. I stop at a street food vendor to try a fried scorpion. I'm trying something new, fried scorpion. It's crispy and surprisingly, not bad. There are so many unusual foods to try in Beijing. Wangfujing is full of modern shops and street food. It's a great place to see how Beijing blends the old with the new. My last stop was Tiananmen Square, one of the biggest public squares in the world. This place has a lot of history and is very important to China. I walk around, looking at the Great Hall of the People and the National Museum of China. It feels special to be here. Tiananmen Square is a place where many important events have happened. You can really feel the history when you stand here. I take a final look around the square before walking away. Beijing is an incredible city, full of history, culture, and excitement. From the Great Wall to the Forbidden City, I had an unforgettable time. I hope this video inspires you to visit Beijing one day. And see you on the next adventure.